Let's illustrate here the formula for the parameterization of our given function, any function, along a circular arc path that is centered at the origin. Okay, so this is unique in comparison to the straight lines we discussed before, at the same time with a curve or parabolic curve, because this is circular arc. This is also true as to whether the arc is actually, or the circular arc is a full circular arc or even a portion of it. It will just matter on the endpoints of our path later on. Of course, this is in connection to the real line integral of p of xy dx plus q of xy dy along your path C. Regardless of what that path is, this is your real line integral p of x of t y of t times the derivative of your x of t plus q of x of t and then y of t times y prime of t dt from A to B. This is true for all, for real line integral. It just, the differences here would be for your x of t and y of t, depending on the type of functions and, more importantly, for the type of path. In the previous videos, we're able to talk about line segments, straight line segments, and we also have for the parabolic curve. This is now for the circular arc. Don't forget, for the complex line integral we previously discussed, we had the formula for the z of t, or the form for the parameterization of our what they call this one, circular path, is actually r e to the power of I t. Now, at the same time, if the circular arc or circular path is not centered at the origin, you'll be adding here z sub 0. Okay, but this time, since it's on center of the origin, we'll be talking the same concepts here, but now we are going to talk about some real line, real concepts, real number concepts, because this is now on real numbers, right? So the idea here is that if our circular path, let's say for example, we know that in the real line or real number system, our circular path is actually expressed as a function of xy plus x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. That's the equation of a circle, a center at the origin. Okay, so that would mean that the parameter that need to be used here in order for us to determine the real line integral will also be connected to this. Okay, now this is how it goes. Your x of t is equal to your r cosine of t. Okay? And then later on, your y of t is actually r sine of t. These are actually the forms for our parameterization for the real line integral along circular arc. And this t is between your of course your endpoint t sub 1 and t sub 2 on your path. I'm just noting here t sub 1, t sub 2, unlike in our complex line integral where we really had 0 until 2 pi, because for real line integral here, there are also some cases where the what do you call this one, the direction or the path is not a complete circle. Okay, I'm gonna give you one example later on, but of course we'll have here for your x. Take note that that would be for your x of t and y of t, depending on how p and q are stated, but we need these two as well. Okay, so your x prime of t is of course the derivative of your r cosine of t, and that's actually taking r as a constant, so you have r times the derivative of cosine t is negative sine of t. In short, it is negative r sine of t, right? As for your y prime of t, it's actually r times the derivative of sine, which is cosine t, or just r cosine of t. This, together with that, will be plugged in here, again, depending on how q and p functions are defined. As for your a and b, as mentioned, it depends on your path, because if the path is an actual circle, total revolution, this should be 0, again, this should be 0, t, and then 2 pi in pi radians. But if the example is like this, say for example, we have a quarter circle, just for the purpose of discussion, from let's say I don't have the actual value for r, to 0 r. Okay, so what would be the form of your parameters? For your x of t, as mentioned, it's r cosine t. So since we don't have, or let's say specifically, let's say this is 2. We have 2 and 2. Okay, so obviously if it's centered at the origin, the distance from the origin is your r. This would mean it is equivalent to 2. Sorry, for your x of t is cosine. It's here. This one here. Okay, so we have here the cosine of t. And then for your y of t is your r sine of t. So 2 sine of t. And of course, their corresponding first derivatives as indicated here. For your x prime is minus 2 sine of t. And then for your y prime of t is 2 cosine of t. Right? So these are your values. Now for your a and b, because this is a quarter circle, a is actually at 0 and your b is pi over 2. Because pi over 2 is your quarter circle, that would mean your t starts from 0 and ends with pi over 2. Quarter meaning a 1/4 of the entire revolution. So that's 90 degrees. In pi radians is pi over 2. So this would be the situation if this is the given. But of course, we don't know what functions are p and q is in the meantime. So let's just leave it as they are rather. And if you have here functions specifically stated for p and q, probably in the next videos, we are going to now compute the real integral using this process, as long as we have guaranteed that the path is a circular one centered at the origin. Thank you very much for watching.